I'm Rafael, Sarkordie, Regional SRC Coordinator, Regional Training Officer for Ghana Education Service Ashanti Region. I'm also a radio presenter with Akuma FM and correspondent for TV3 as well. I attended high school. I attended GHS at State Boys. I also attended Osei Tutu OT for my senior high level. I attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for my first degree. I attended KNUST again for my master's, and then I did a diploma in education at the University of Education, Winneba. I have taught at the DGMF Senior High School. I have taught at Osei Tree Senior High School, KES, and I'm now at the Regional Education Office as the Regional Training Officer for GES and the Regional SRC Coordinator for ARSRC.
Do you remember where your high school diaries are?
Get them now, and let's recall some funny and sad moments as we are delving in the trunk and storage boxes of your favorite celebrities and prominent
personnel for the
I think that the OT was not the destination, and a lot of OT students will say that. But eventually when I got to OT, till today I say that I never regret going to OT because it made me a man. I was very soft, very, very fragile, but OT made me very strong, very robust, very aggressive, pursuing what I want to achieve in life and ensuring that I achieve it. So that aggression, that tenacity, I picked it from OT. Our lives at OT it's a beautiful one. So when we got admission, yes, we really didn't want to go. Because I recall I told my parents, OT I won't go, OT I won't go, OT I won't go. But eventually when I got to OT, and I always say that I never regret going to OT. I always wanted, but the reason why I did not go to where the school I wanted was the fact that they gave me a Greek science, and I wanted to do science. So I went to OT to read science, and that's what I pursued for SHS, pursued engineering for degree, pursued environmental science for masters. So I've been within the science field for a very long time. Which year did you go to? We went to OT in 1997, and we completed, I think, is it November, December 2000. So that's it, almost about 20 years ago. Any tutor I will never forget about. There to be two of them. Mrs. Adadi Ebua, my English tutor, an amazing personality, had a strong bond with her students. She loved her students, she loved the English that she taught. She was so eloquent, and I think that I picked my fluency from her because we learned a lot from her. Mr. P.Y. Boachi, the late, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Our chemistry master also had a lot of influence on us. He knew his subject very well. We learned a lot from him. He was an amazing person. Well, so far as we are young, or we were young, obviously why not? I recall that we used to write a lot of letters, love letters, and expressing interest and affection for each other at that particular age. So I recall at OT during the time when letters are shared, if you do not get a letter, it's always a sad time. And so we're always looking forward to that time at dining where letters will be shared and then you get. So yes, I had a couple of people that we fraternized with, but you wouldn't call that a relationship. I didn't date at SHS. I dated when I went to the university. I didn't have that experience because then OT was mixed then, but there were just some few girls around. I didn't have that experience in terms of saying, but I had my own experiences with seniors and more treatment. I really suffered a lot under some seniors in terms of more treatment, because that was the order of the day at OT, and I tell you what, it wasn't easy. I recall one evening I was always hoping to learn during the night, and it was outlawed that you could not learn after prep. So we went at 12 midnight. I went to the classroom to learn, and then I had issues with my senior, so he knew that he could get me around that time. So he mobilized around 12:30 midnight, 1 a.m. He mobilized students. They came looking for me at the classroom block, and I realized that, I mean, those were the most stubborn seniors at OT, were all searching for me at 12 midnight when everybody was asleep. So I had to run from OT through the forest to SRC, and they were chasing me through the forest at 12 midnight. And eventually they caught me, brought me back to school, and it's a night I would never forget in my life, because almost all of them gave me, and there was a belt we used to call pneumotipoia. That was a very painful one, and they gave it to me that night. I think the following morning I decided I'm not going to continue school again at OT until my mother came in and talked to me and all that. I've had experiences at OT, not the very palatable one, but those are the things that have made us stronger and better. You have. Happy moment at OT. Yes, obviously. I think the day I was elected the library prefect was a very good day. My best friend was Abuaji Bediakon Jr. So I wanted to go for school prefect, but Abuaji also wanted to go, so I had to go for a different one and allow him to go. So he won, I won, and both of us were very, very happy. Again, the day we vied for positions at the regional SRC level, and I won the zonal secretary for Zone 1, and Abuaji, my best friend, also won the zonal president for Zone 1. Was also one of the happiest days as well. And I recall there was one term that I really performed very well in the science class, because it was a very competitive class, very competitive. And one of the terms I really did well. That was also a time I will never forget. So there are some very good moments for me at OT. No, I wasn't the bad type. In fact, I was the type who will report you when you do the wrong thing. So if I wanted to go home, I'll go to Mr. Danso, our housemaster, take permission, and he will give it to me because he knows I really don't like going home. So I wasn't the bad type, so I really didn't experience that. They call it gas, yes. It was rice and something that looks like soup, that looks like stew, midway between the two. It was something that anytime you get it, you have to find something to balance it, else eating it was very, very difficult at Mitiare. And then I think that the gobe as well too, I can't forget the gobe as well. If you are able to get some rice, some cocoa to balance it, it was something that we look forward to. The jollof, then the dry jollof, we won't also forget it. So there are some food that we obviously remember during our school days. I cried the day Magison, my senior, and the other seniors really gave it to me around 12:30 midnight. I cried. The following morning, I felt I should leave OT. I really cried on that particular day. That's the day that I would never forget. I mean, when you are chased through the forest at 12:30 midnight, and your offense is that you were learning, it's a very painful one. And then you are beaten at 12 midnight. Your hand, in fact, they beat me to the extent that my hand was motionless for a while. It was really painful. So I cried on that part. Smoking, no. In fact, all my life, smoking, no, alcohol, no, and all that. But there was a time I drank a beverage, and it was prepared with wheat. That one I recall. See, I had gone to learn early morning. I came back, One of my seniors had prepared a beverage. I didn't know. I thought that it was the normal beverage and all that. I said I was hungry. She said I should take it. So I took it. I gulped it down, and then everybody started laughing. But after I gulped it, I realized it wasn't Milo, it wasn't Lipton. It had some funny taste and all that. Then later they told me that was marijuana. They had put some doses of marijuana in it. I tried vomiting, I did all that. And later on, I realized the world was going around me. I mean, as whether I was the one going around or the world was going around me, I didn't know. But it was funny. I had to sleep, and then I recovered. When I recovered, I didn't take it lightly with the senior at all. But then I was a junior, so I couldn't also have done anything. But I learned a lesson then. Since then, if you are taking anything from anybody, or if you are begging anybody for anything, be very careful of the content of what you take. It was a lesson. Physically no, but we heard of guys going for something, and there was a town called, is it Intensary, around that they could go there, and then you can go with a picture of a certain girl that you wanted, or go take a handkerchief and do some chanting, and whichever girl you want, you would get to know that. I heard those reports, but physically I did not see anybody involved. But there were issues where disciplinary cases came on board on issues of occultism and those things. Yes, there were cases like that, but physically I didn't experience it. No, I wasn't from I was from not really a rich background. In fact, I wouldn't even say a middle class background, because I was catered for only by my mother. And I have to be honest, because even if you lie, she didn't have it. Whatever she got is what she would give you, and that is what you have to work with. And you know you are from that background, so you don't. And my mom was doing her best to take care of myself and my other brother and sister. So you cannot lie to her for anything, because even if you lie, you won't get it. So you better make do with what you have and make the most out of it. Yes and no. Yes, around that time I felt we were more matured. Interco was very competitive, because those were the times of Adade, Prempeh College, Barcelona, and a lot of very strong names within the who eventually went on to become national athletes. And then there were the kind of competition in terms of Jama that we used to do at the stadium was exceptional. Those were memorable moments. But now, I think that competition at the stadium has gone down a bit, and the Jama is also going down a bit. Now, only some few schools are engaged in those Jama songs and all that, and it makes it a bit boring. But I think that those times they were strong Jama schools. OT is an amazing. See, when you go there, now you have all kinds of people there. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you are good, you can get your kind. If you are bad, you can get your kind. If you are ugly, you can get your kind. If you are worse, you can get your kind. And the blend of all these people, you are able to learn, and it helps you. So if you realize there are a lot of successful OT people because of the kind of life we went through, and they used to call it Vacuus life, Vacuus OT, because you go through a lot. It builds you, it builds your capacity, and you are able to achieve in life. And I'm grateful that I got that experience from it may not be a top class school, it may not be a class A school or a grade A school, but I tell you what, if you are somebody who is very soft, fragile like me, and you want to build a very strong and a very strong character, a strong will in life to be able to push, I tell you what, Osei Tutu is always a very good destination for you. But there are a lot of very good senior high schools around that. Now because of free SHS, almost all schools have very good students around. All you need to do is just go there, be serious with your books, focus on why you went there, and you will eventually make it. Depending on the individual, I feel, for instance, myself, I needed a boys' school. I was very soft. I needed a boys' school to toughen me around. And then you also can read that you can have a boy who is very that type, very aggressive and all that. You have to look for a mixed school that can calm him down. So you need to find who your that individual is. Find the balance and know where it will be very good for him. If the person is strong-willed, aggressive, and if you are not very careful, he can go to a boys' school and get into a company that you don't like. So in that case, you need a mixed school or to calm him down and balance him. But if the person is very soft, very weak boy, and it's almost like developing some feminine characteristic, the person needs a boys' school to push him up. OT, I would say it's I'm trying to find a word, but it's a blend. It's because you said one word, that's why I'm struggling. But it's a blend of everything. A blend of everything. You'll find it at OT. I told you the bad, the ugly, the worst. You find all of them at OT. And for me, that's a very good environment to go and get to know different people and how you will live, because those are the very people you meet in life. In life, you don't meet people who are all good. You don't meet people who are all bad. You meet a blend of everybody, and you need to know how to live with them all the time. So during our time, OT's anthem, we didn't have an anthem. We used to sing, and can it be Amazing Grace as the OT anthem, but now OT has a permanent anthem. But then it was, and can it be that I should gain an interest in the Savior's blood? Died he for me, who caused his pain, for me who him to death pursued. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, should die for me? Amazing, amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, should die? That was a song, but it was a Methodist hymn song that we used to sing. But now OT has a new anthem that I am not very I'm not privy to, so I don't know their new anthem now. Yes. If you want a school to go, I always recommend OT. I always recommend OT. But there are very good schools around. It doesn't matter where you go. The difference is you. The difference is not the school. You can go to Achimota, end up on the street. You can go to Akwesia Oba and end up in the castle. The difference is the individual and not the structure called the school. So focus on why you went to school. Know where you are coming from. Don't lose sight of it. Don't lose focus because of friends who do not know what they are about. Focus on the reason why you went to school, and you will certainly achieve it.